Next, at number 4, in the same kind of vein as The Bow or The Isle, Breath is another exploration of the distinction between love and obsessive and manipulative exploitation, because while most people seem to think that the housewife and sculptor is merely having an affair with the prisoner in order to get revenge on her cheating husband, nothing could be further from the truth. Instead, perhaps in part because of the fact that her husband is having an affair, she feels dead inside, unable to find joy or meaning in anything, and obsessed with the near-death experience that she had when she almost drowned as a child, creates sculptures of angels expressing her longing to die. At the same time, a prisoner on death row is so terrified of being executed that he repeatedly attempts suicide by stabbing himself in the throat, so that even though he survives, he is unable to speak. And knowing this, the housewife visits him to pour out her heart and soul in a strange subversion of a Catholic going to confession. Desperate to feel love and joy again, she visits him 4 more times, using props and wallpaper to give him the illusion of experiencing a full year of love, not for his benefit, mind you, but for her own. And the first time that I saw the film, the juxtaposition between the bleak, obsessive and suicidal undertone of the movie and hearing Park Ji-ah sing badly literally made me laugh out loud. But in the end, though, while the two of them do become utterly obsessed with one another, it is all entirely an illusion, one that is as flimsy as the wallpaper which she tears down and burns out of frustration at the end of her visits, when pretending to be in love didn't fill the empty void within her. And during her final visit, when they have sex for the only time, she uses him the same way that he used the sharpened toothbrush handle to stab himself in the throat, clamping her mouth over his, plugging his nose, and refusing to allow either of them to breathe until, at long last, just as happened when she almost drowned as a child, the air suddenly rushed back into her lungs, and she finally felt alive again. During their delusional fling, however, although they believed that they were utterly alone, they each had people who genuinely loved them, were scared and frustrated by their self-destructive obsession, and most importantly of all, were willing to let the people who they loved go, demonstrating that their own love was true, meaning that at the climax of the film, while genuine love allows one of them to feel happiness again, savouring the joy of something as poetically simple as a snowball fight with her husband and her daughter, it also sets the other free. The idea that murder can be a profoundly beautiful and transcendent act of love and sacrifice is genuinely difficult for many people to accept or understand, but then again, no different from Samaritan Girl, this is a very good example of why so much of Kim Ki-Duk's work is so blatantly misinterpreted and condemned, because beyond the fact that he is using a completely different form of storytelling than we are used to in the English-speaking world, many people are totally blinkered by the moral absolute that love is good, noble, pure, and so forth, which creates the cliches and base assumptions of our fiction to begin with. But when we truly accept and understand great work such as this and allow it to consume us, then life and death both finally have meaning. There is no fear, and pain is beautiful.